Yo. Alright, get up, geek. Alright, so we're gonna be looking at USDJPY today, and I'm gonna be giving you my outlook on what it's gonna be doing this week from what I'm looking at. So basically, we're just gonna start here on the weekly. Just the weekly time frame. So that means each candlestick that was produced on this weekly time frame is a week's worth of data. A week's worth of data. So if we zoom in, each one of these candlesticks start on Sunday and it ends on Friday when the market closed. So one candlestick is 1 week. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just a week's worth of data from here to there. All right. So this whole time frame right here is stemming back to, let's just go back from where we at right now to February 6, 2005. This is all the data from February 6, 2005. So, okay. So what I'm seeing, USDJPY has been on a constant uptrend. You know, it started making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then boom, came up here, made this new high. But what it did a downtrend. Boom. It started wiping out all this liquidity right here. But it was still in a uptrend for now because it never made a new high once it did this pullback. Never made another high, just kept on dropping. So what it was doing was eating up all this liquidity. And liquidity is basically money that's sitting right here, because before it can move up, it has to come down and get all these stop losses and then start to move up. All right. So look what it did. It started made a high, but then it made a higher low. That low is higher than this low. Then it made a high because it's higher than this point. Then it made a low, a new higher low. It's higher than that low. Then it made a high, higher than this point. Then it made a higher low, higher than that point. Then it ran up. Boom. This is not the new high because it didn't beat this structure yet. This is not the new high because it didn't beat this structure yet. This is the new high. And this is a equal low. This is not a new lower low, but a equal low. So it's the same distance. It's not higher than this. It's not higher than this low. And it's not lower than this low. So we are still in an uptrend type of movement. But look what happened. Made a high, but it's not higher than this high, and then a higher low. So it failed to beat this yet, but it's still in this range from here to here. So anything that happens in here, we're not worried about it until it beats this place or beats this place. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and set this up. So this is on the weekly. So I'm going to put that there. That's our low. And this is our high. So when we trade in this right here, we not worried about anything that happens in here unless it beats this and starts to make a new high, or beats this and starts to make a new close. So what I'm looking at is this thing is really failing to make a new high. It's not really, it came up, made a new high, but now look what it's doing. It's coming back down. Now, if you know anything about market structure, from what I'm seeing, this is a shoulder, this may be a head, and this may be the other shoulder. This thing may be coming down for a sell. USDJPY may be going into a seller's market now. I'm not for sure, but on the weekly, that's what it's looking like to me. Okay, let's go down to the daily time frame and see where we at. So on a daily, we still trading in between these ranges right here. Still no beating of that high, no beating of this high. But if you can see, if we zoom out, we are still going down right here. Made a low, high, low, high, low, high, and is currently going down. So where we are in the market, this is where we currently are right now. And this is currently on a daily time frame going down. It's currently going down. So all we should really be looking for at this point is sales, because we see the market is making lows, lower high, low, lower high, low, lower high. It hasn't made a new lower low yet. We're waiting on it on a daily time frame. So we see our bias on a daily right now. Let's go to the 4 hour. If we look at the 4 hour, this is what it looks like on the 4 hour. This is a overall downtrend. Overall downtrend. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right. So basically, this was the high right there. I mean the low. This was the high. All right. Once price beat this structure right here, which it did right there, this becomes the new low. All right. So now this was the low, and then when it pulled back, this only becomes the high once price beats that structure, which it did right there. So guess what? Now we have a new high, and we're waiting for the new low to set. So this is now the new high, and we're having a low right here now. So because this is pulling back, and I'm gonna tell you what this yellow spot is right here. This is basically our fib zone to where we would be looking for a sell, because it's making lower lows and lower highs. We don't want to really be buying in this market. It's a counter trend trade. You want to go with the trend, because the trend is your friend, as they say. So guess what? Let's do this. We're gonna mark our our high. Boom, that's our high. And this currently, we're gonna leave this here. This currently is our low. So what we would do right here, what I would do, I would come, get my fib, and I would take my fib from that high down here to this point, because that's currently the swing low. So let's do it like that. And as you see, we're in the 61.8. Some people call it the golden zone. So basically, once price comes up into that golden zone, that's where we will be looking for our sales in this area. And the way I would do that myself is I would buzz down to the 5 minute or so and be looking for selling opportunities. I would be looking for market structure to be selling in that direction. So if we are looking for a take profit, we will want to come from this golden zone at least to this negative 27 right here. That would be our take profit. But I don't do take profit, so I will be doing the trailing stop. But usually when we get to that negative 27, that's usually where we would start to take our profit. If we go ahead and just count the pips on that for everybody that likes to take profits, that will be about 230 pips. And that can easily happen in this week, 230 pips. So that's my outlook on USDJPY at the moment. I'm currently waiting for sales. Um, so that's pretty much what I'm looking at this week. We're gonna be selling off. And if you do take any buys on a smaller time frame, make sure they short. Make sure you remember where you are in the market. If you remember where you are in the market, you will have a better chance at making consistent money. Because no matter when price starts to go up like that on a smaller time frame, yeah, it's looking like it's in a buy, but overall, it's going to tank out and drop, just like here when it went up, it tanked out because we're in an overall downtrend. So let me do this. I'm just gonna highlight this area on a smaller time, on a heavy time frame, because this is where your multiple time frame analysis come from. I'm gonna highlight this area right here, and I'm gonna go down to the 5 minute and show you on the 5 minute what those 3-4 little candlesticks look like going up, because we only really looking at the upward move, and I'm gonna show you how the structure changed up here and came down. And this is exactly what I would be looking for when I'm waiting for this structure to change, hit that mark, and then go down. So let's do that. Go down to the 5 minute and find my position. There we go. So this is what I highlighted in them 3 big candlesticks on the 4 hour. Structure went up, and then guess what? Tanked out. So let's look at it. So we basically have it stopped making lower lows right there. Guess what? Made a high, higher low, made a higher high, equal low. It didn't beat that previous high, but it made a higher low. And then guess what? It beat it and came there. That's the higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high. Then it got like these equal lows right here. Then it made a new high. This is still the low. New high. Higher low. So at the point, this is the low that it needed to be. This is the low that it needed to be right there. And as you see, price came up, failed to make a new high, beat it right here. And then guess what? Bounced back in and just kept on making higher high. I mean, lower lows, lower highs. So once price beat this low right here, I would have been taking my position right here and going down. So long as you know that these temporary uptrends are just temporary, and you take your position, say you got a position right here, and you roll that thing all the way up, you still don't want to sit in it too long, because eventually it's going to reverse and go down on you. And that's the type of reversal that I'm looking for to start to happen. If you look at it, it is somewhat of a head and shoulders play. Shoulder, head, shoulder, boom. Tanked out. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for to happen once price starts to go back up in that area up there. That's what I'm looking to happen. Because if we look at it, it made equal lows right here. It beat that high right there. So guess what? We got a new high, higher low. Well, this is not the higher low yet until this goes up here and beats that high. So we just looking for market structure to keep on making higher highs, higher lows, get to that Fibonacci golden zone, then do something like this and tank out, and we gonna be in it probably about right there. I know my phone look like a football game plan trade grid, but that's what we're looking for. So long as you know where you are in the market, man, you won't get lost. You just gotta train your eyes to really like see this stuff. So USDJPY for me is selling this week, and even if it doesn't sell the whole way like I think, we still looking at market structure, man. If it starts to make higher highs, higher lows on a higher time frame, we're gonna play it like that. So you always know where you are in the market. Don't get married to one side of this thing. Don't get married to one side. Don't try to guess what the market is on. Trade what the market's showing you. If you trade what the market's showing you, you can't be lost. All right. So yeah, thank y'all for listening, watching, and just tune in for next week. Ghetto Geek.